a train coming through. It sounded like a train coming through our kitchen, and in a matter of 30 seconds, it was done. It was over with.
The chilling and terrifying account of a twister leveled parts of Lyons, Pennsylvania. Tornadoes also hit Willow Grove and northeast Philadelphia.
SEPTA workers hit the picket line. Now tens of thousands of commuters are scrambling for a way to get around during the SEPTA strike. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kathy Egan.
And I'm Ken Matz. We're following these two developing stories tonight, but we begin with storm damage. People all across the Delaware Valley are shaking their heads, assessing the damage from those nightmare tornadoes that raked across the region last night. Now this map shows just where they touched down. The first twister devastated the small borough of Lyons in Berks County at 9:15 last night. That was an F3 tornado. The scale goes up to F5, so F3 is powerful. 3 hours later, more tornadoes touched down in Willow Grove and F0, and in the northeast, it registered an F2. Our live team coverage begins with News 10's Edie Huggins, live in northeast Philadelphia. Bill Baldini reports on the devastation in Willow Grove, and Terry Ruggles tells us about the lives turned upside down by the tornado in Lyons. We begin with News 10's Edie Huggins. She's live in northeast Philadelphia, where a tornado left its ferocious mark.
It certainly did. One of those tornadoes really put it hurting on some plants and factories where I am. And you started noticing the damage as you began to drive up into the far northeast. Parts of Roosevelt Boulevard near Red Line and Byberry roads had ripped trees and debris tossed in traffic's way. Lights were out. The sprawling industrial park on Southampton and Byberry roads was hit hard. Power lines down. Buildings destroyed.
We've inspected 35 buildings, 10 of which have been declared imminently dangerous, which means the damage was extremely severe.
Many will not be able to be reconstructed. The look as if some special effect movie experts had been at work. Snarl and twisted steel. Entire rooftops and sides of buildings are ripped off, tossed and thrown about. The tornado did show spots of mercy. The devastating path was over there. A few hundred feet away is the Woodhaven Center. There, about 150 mentally challenged people were asleep. That building went unscathed. The police and L&I cornered off the industrial park early this morning. No word on when it will be reopened. And the utility teams are still trying to restore power, put up things, stop signs, all kinds of things. And as to when the industrial park will be over again, it's a question to which no one seems to have the answer. In northeast Philadelphia, Edie Huggins, News 10.
Edie, thank you. And let's go live now to News 10's Bill Baldini in Willow Grove, where people are cleaning up there after a confirmed tornado touchdown. Bill?
Yeah, but first let me tell you about this house. You see this house behind me? It doesn't look right too bad right now, but a tree did fall on it, and it could have killed the people inside. The key is you should have seen it at 2:30.
This is the same house at 2:30 this afternoon. They had to bring in cranes to remove parts of the toppled trees. The people inside heard the storm coming and ran downstairs.
I don't know when I'll be back in there.
That's the question. When will you be back in?
I have no idea. Because the ceiling was cracked and it was leaking through in my room.
It's miraculous that you were in that house and you didn't get hurt.
Well, God works in mysterious ways.
The look on that woman's face tells you all you have to know about the damage caused by the storm last night. Look at what happened to some of the cars and trucks in the Willow Grove area. The winds were fierce.
Those aren't trees.
This is wood.
Splinters of wood just coming straight out of the ground that have been shot.
Oh, man.
If you think that's something, wait until you see this. A wooden stake cut right through the trunk of this car. Consider the velocity involved. Wow. Some residential areas ended up looking like rainforests. It was scary all around.
Sounded like a roar, or like a jet or something. It was pretty scary.
You woke up?
Yep.
Then what'd you do?
Ran. I grabbed my daughter and just ran down the basement.
Well, as you can see behind me, they're still cleaning up around here. Some people say this was the worst electrical storm in 15 years, and there were 7,000 lightning hits. The people around here think they got the majority of them. Live in Willow Grove, Bill Baldini, News 10.
PECO and other regional power crews are trying to gain the upper hand on the huge number of power outages. The first job is to get all the trees cleared away so crews can safely get to the power lines themselves. At last check, PECO reports 130,000 customers still without power. In South Jersey, PSE&G says 32,000 customers are still without power. In Delaware, Delmarva Power reports 5,000 customers still powerless in Newcastle County.
But without question, the brunt of last night's storms was felt in the small town of Lyons, just outside Kutztown. Here's where it happened. Lyons is 45 miles northwest of Philadelphia and about 15 miles southwest of Allentown. News 10's Terry Ruggles reports on the level 3 tornado that left homes and trees in splinters.
In a 2-block section of Lyons, houses have no roofs or walls. Trees are toppled and power lines snapped like matchsticks.
This is terrible. This is horrible.
This is the worst this town has ever seen.
Helen Freeze and her husband had just gone to bed when the tornado hit their apartment.
The glass sliding door fell on the bed. You know, it was cracking, glass was flying everywhere. My husband jumped on top of me to keep me from getting glass all over me.
Many people have lost a lot. What they haven't lost is friends.
This is our place. We're just helping friends out of here.
We have a lot of volunteers helping us. A local bank is trying to work out some kind of emergency loan program.
The state was there with heavy equipment at Dawn's first flight. Help from the federal government, however, is a question mark.
You have to have 25 properties that have at least 40% uninsured damage for the federal funding and loans to trigger in.
This town has often worked together in different situations, usually happier, and we'll do it again.
The tornado was strong enough to damage buildings made of concrete and brick, but this small town is like a large family, with enough love and respect for each other to create a community that can't be wiped out by wind. In Lyons, Terry Ruggles, News 10.
Now on to the SEPTA strike. Union